Hi everyone and welcome to day 5 of the Summer Sculpt challenge. I'm going to take you through a full lower body workout today. So we are going to be working into the calves, into the glutes, into the hamstrings, into the quads, everything. It's going to be a well-rounded lower body workout and you can do this just using your own body weight today. So if you want to level things up, you can add in ankle weights as an option, or you can do this like me, just using your own body weight. You're still going to get a really good burn. So whenever you're ready, meet me in the middle of your mats and we will get started. So coming up into a standing position, we're going to mix things up today. So your feet should be parallel, hip distance apart. Have a soft bend through your knees. I just want you to place your hands on your hips, can't talk already. And I just want you to rock your pelvis backwards and forwards. I always like to imagine that my pelvis is like a bowl of water. And if I've got a bowl of water, if I stand to the side, if I'm tilting my pelvis forward, all the water would fall out. If I tilt my pelvis backwards, all the water would fall out the back. So I want you to try and find that neutral position where your bowl of water will stay nice and full. Slide your ribs down towards your hips, so try not to flare through the ribs. Tuck the ribs down, shoulders away from your ears, face your palms to the front of the room, roll your shoulders back a few times, and then slide your shoulders down your back, really lengthen out through the crown of your head, and then close down the eyes for me. As always, we're going to start by connecting into our breath. So take a big deep breath in through the nose, and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, feeling the rib cage expand, and then exhale, feeling the ribs contracting back in. Inhale, and then as you exhale, start to draw your belly button back towards your spine. 2 more like this. Inhale, and exhale, draw your belly button back towards your spine, start to draw up through your pelvic floor. Last one, big deep breath in, feeling the rib cage expand. And exhale, feeling the rib cage sliding down towards the hips, belly button back towards the spine, pulling up through your pelvic floor. Good work. Slowly opening the eyes. I just want you to come into a wide plie position. Your feet are turned out, hands come to prayer, elbows nice and wide. I want you to take an inhale, lower down. Exhale, you lift up. Inhale, lower. As you exhale, you lift. I really want you to squeeze your inner thighs together, and that's what brings you up. So inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Make sure that your knees are pushing out over your toes. So you don't want to be bringing your knees in. Make sure that your knees are pushing out. Imagine that you had a resistance band all the way around your legs and you're making that extra resistance with your own body weight. Try and have a nice flat back. So instead of sticking your glutes behind you, it's like you're sliding down a wall. Keeping your ribs in, belly button back towards your spine. 3 more here. For 2. On this last one, hold it down. You're just going to lift your right heel off the mat. I want you to give me a tiny little lift and lower. So tiny pulses here. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lower that heel down. Lift that left heel. Tiny pulses again. Down and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Just hold in that plie. Can you get a little bit lower for me? Just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift up, reset, just shake your legs out. Good work. We're going to go into a squat position now. So bring your feet hip distance apart again. If it feels more comfortable, you can have them slightly wider than hip distance apart. Your hands are actually going to come in. So elbows are tucking into your waist, palms are facing the ceiling. You're going to inhale, lower down. As you lower down into your squat, you're going to bring your hands forward. Exhale, lift up, squeeze the glutes. So inhale, lower down, shoot the hands forward. Exhale, bring the elbows into the waist. So working the upper body as well as the lower body here. All the weight should be through your heels. So focus on sending your hips backwards. All that weight going through your heels. Keeping your chest lifted. Squeezing the glutes at the top. As you come up, try not to hyperextend through the hips, so you just come back to neutral. I don't need to squeeze your hips too far forward. Just come back to neutral, just squeeze the glutes. You got it, guys, keep going. 4 more. For 3, keep your abs nice and tight. For 2, on this last one, hold it low. Keep the arms extended. You're just gonna lift your right heel up, lower down, lift. And lower. If this is too much with the arms, you can place your arms on, or your hands on your hips, should I say. Challenge is to keep your arms extended. Just lifting and lowering that right heel. 4 more. Keep nice and low for 3, 2. On this last one, hold the heel lifted. Just flare that knee out to the side. So flaring the right knee out to the side. Use your breath to help you here. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that heel down. Reset, just take a second. Shake the legs out if you need to. We're going to do the same thing again on the left side. But this time, as you come down into your squat, you're going to bring the hands overhead. And as you lift up, you push your palms to the back of the room. So inhale down, exhale lift. Really send your hips back behind you. Squeeze the core as you come up, as well as squeezing the glutes. So we're getting that mobility through the shoulder at the same time. Inhale down, exhale lift. 4 more. For 3, 2, you got it, guys, keep it going. Last one, hold it down, hold the hands overhead. You're going to lift your left heel off this time. Lower down, lift and lower. 6 more. Keep nice and low. 5, 4. Try not to flare through your ribs. For 3, 2. On this last one, hold it lifted. Just flare that knee out to the left. Out and out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Lower that heel down. Just holding your squat. Hold. Can you get lower for me? Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reset. Shake the legs out. And then come to the back of your mat for me. We take an inhale, bend the knees, lifting the hands overhead. And then exhale. Tuck your chin to your chest. Slowly rolling yourself all the way down. Just hold it here. Just stretching out through the back of the legs. And then walking your hands out, coming down onto all 4s. Untucking your toes before we move on. I am going to put my hair back because all this hair is getting in the way now. It's getting a little bit sweaty. So coming onto all 4s. You are going to extend your right leg long, point through your right toe, make sure that your right hip is down towards the mat, lifting up through your ribs. You're going to lift that leg up, tap it down. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. If you have sore wrists, you can come down onto your forearms, or option is to stay lifted. This whole time, try not to dump into your lower back, keep it nice and slow. Keep your ribs lifted. It's not about how high you can fling that leg up. It's about the control, squeezing that glute on the way up. Try and squeeze in that smile line of your glute. Keep it going, guys, you're doing so well. 4 more here. For 3, 2. On this last one, hold it lifted. Flex through your foot. You're going to curl your heel in towards your glute and extend. So coming into hamstring curls. Keeping your knee where it is. Just curling in your foot in. Extend, keep your hips parallel to the mat. Try not to drop into your shoulders. 5 more here. For 4, 3, 2. On this last one, hold that knee bent. We're going to go into donkey kick, so you lower that knee down, lift and squeeze, lower and lift for 8. Send your heel to the ceiling. 6 more. Try not to jump into that lower back for 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, I just want you to hold it lifted. Just give me tiny little lifts. Up and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop that knee down. Just shake yourself from side to side. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So, left leg extends this time. Make sure that your hips are square to the mat. Point through your toe. You're going to lift that leg up, tap it down, lift and lower. Again, remember, if you have sore wrists, you can come down onto your forearms. Just keep lifted through your rib cage the entire time, not dumping into your lower back. 5 more here. Have a soft bend through your elbows for 4, 3, 2. On this last one, hold it lifted. Flex through your foot. You're going to go into those hamstring curls. So you curl your heel into your glutes. Extend. Pull it in. Extend. Try not to just go through the motions here. Really add that resistance on with your own body weight. 4 more. For 3. Yes, guys, keep going. For 2. Last one, hold it in. We go into those donkey kicks, so you lower the knee down, lift and squeeze, lower and lift. Keep your hips down. 5 more. For 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it lifted. Just give me tiny little lifts. Up and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop it down. Open your knees nice and wide, sit back into a child's pose. Just stretching out the glutes here. Taking a second, releasing your lower back. And then I want you to flip onto your back for me. We'll just start by hugging the knees in, just rocking from side to side, massaging out that lower back. And then you're going to place your feet down. Hands are going to come down by your side. And slowly you're going to tilt your pelvis under. Vertebra by vertebra, you're going to push your hips up to the ceiling. And then really slowly melt yourself all the way back down. Again, tilt your pelvis under. Bone by bone, you're rolling your spine up, pushing up through your hips. And then really slowly melting yourself all the way back down. On this last one, rolling your hips up and holding your hips nice and high. Try not to flare through the ribs, so make sure that your ribs are down towards your hips, your belly button is back towards your spine. Really engage your triceps down into the mat. I want you to float your right leg into tabletop, tap it down, tap your left foot into tabletop and tap it down. So alternating legs, coming into our marches here. Keep the hips nice and lifted the whole time. 4 more on each side. You got it, keep going. Use your breath to help you. 2 more. Last one. Hold the hips lifted. Just hold it here. I want you to float your right leg back into tabletop now. And then you're going to bring your foot to the ceiling. You're going to flex your foot, lower that foot down. Point to lift it back up. So flex it down. Point to lift. 5 more. Keep the hips nice and high for 4, 3, 2, you got it, keep going. Last 1, hold, bend that knee back into tabletop, just give me tiny lifts with the hips. Up and up for 8, 7, 6, keep going, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Drop that foot down. We go straight into the other side. So left leg comes into tabletop, extend that leg to the ceiling. You're gonna flex the foot, bring the foot down, point to lift. So flex, bring it down, just bring it in line with the opposite leg, point to lift. 4 more. For 3. This is a challenging one, guys, but you got it. For 2. Last 1. Bring that knee into tabletop, just give me tiny lifts with the hips. Up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Just bring both feet down now. Push your hips up to the ceiling, squeeze the glutes. I just want you to give me tiny little lifts up and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and really slowly roll yourself all the way down, hug your knees in. Good work, everyone. We'll finish with a nice stretch. Oh, that was a tough one for the lower body. Just bring your right heel over your left thigh, push your right knee out, and then hug your left knee in, coming into your figure 4 stretch. You can rock side to side if that feels good for you. Catching your breath if you need to, I know I need to. Slowing down the heart rate, slowing down the nervous system. And then place that left foot down. Right foot is going to come up to the ceiling. Place your hands behind your right leg and just pull your leg in towards you, coming into a hamstring stretch. Doesn't matter how flexible you are. You might be holding onto your calf, you might be holding onto your ankle. Wherever you are, don't worry about what anybody else is doing or what anybody else may think. As long as you can feel that stretch through the back of your hamstring, the more you do this, the more flexible you will get. I want you to take an inhale for me. And as you exhale, I want you to pull that leg slightly closer to your body. Deepening that stretch. 5 more seconds here. For 4, 3, 2, last 1, and release it down. Same thing on the other side. So your left foot is coming over your right thigh, left knee is pushing out, hug your knee in, coming into that figure 4 stretch. Just rock from side to side. Hopefully you can feel your heart rate coming down now. Hopefully you're feeling nice and energized after that. Hopefully you feel a bit stronger after that, maybe even a little bit longer after this stretch. Placing your right foot down, left foot comes to the ceiling. Grab behind your leg and pull that leg in towards your body. Make sure your hips are really heavy into the mat. So not dropping into your left hip. Equal between both hips. Try and keep the leg really nice and straight. And then take an inhale for me. And as you exhale, pull that leg closer to your body, deepening the stretch. And then release, hug both knees in. Just rock and roll the spine up to seated. We will finish with a quick pigeon pose. So bringing your right heel into your left hip. Pushing out through the palms of your hands. Pushing your hips down into the mat. And if it feels good, you can come down onto your forearms. Stretching out the glutes, but also stretching out the hip flexors here. pushing yourself up, switching sides. So tuck your back toe under, step back into a plank position and then switch legs. Pushing out through the palms of your hands, really pushing your hips down into the mat. And then lowering yourself down onto your forearms if that feels good. And then slowly rocking onto your glutes. We will finish in a seated position. So legs are crossed. Just place your hands down on your knees to start. Just roll your shoulders back a few times. And then close down your eyes. I just want you to take a second to notice how you feel now compared to when we first started. As I said earlier, hopefully you feel a little bit more energized, a little bit longer, a little bit stronger. Whatever it is that you're feeling right now, just taking a second to be really mindful before we go on for the rest of our day. And then slowly opening the eyes. We'll finish with one last deep breath together. So take an inhale, lifting the hands up overhead, bringing the hands together, and then exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. And you are all done. Amazing work to everyone. I hope your lower body is burning as much as mine is. If you did enjoy today's class, make sure that you subscribe so that we can work out together again. And I will see you on the mat again tomorrow.